Welcome to the Retro Robot Radio look at the TFcon Toronto 2016 third-party panel slides. These slides were provided by TFW 2005 on their website, and I'm going to go over them briefly just to go over everything that was announced and displayed at the TFcon third-party panel. I will be moving quickly over anything that isn't new news, so only the things that are original to the panel are going to be talked in detail. Alright, so looking at what we have here, there's the company A+ Toys. They are making a animated Dirt Boss. Yes, we already know about that. They're also making I think this is a new picture. They're also making an animated Mixmaster, and we'll probably get a scrap or two. Rumor is that this is a leader class figure and that they may combine. But no new real information from them. DNA Design, they're making an add-on kit for Devastator. Oh boy. You know what, I'd like to actually see that for a decent price somewhere, or actually show up in a store someday. But then again, I'm also still waiting for Metroplex to show up in a store, and I guess that's not going to happen. Yeah, it looks nice, and it's an okay Prowlistator. It's just adding a Prowl head, though. And someone would actually get off their butts and make a Prowl replacement for Hook, I'd be much more interested. Yeah, and it has hands. That's nice. We all already know about that. DNA Design's also doing a Susano, which is their leader class bludgeon figure, which you've already seen pictures of that online, so we don't need to talk about that very much. But it's a bludgeon figure. Yep, it is. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, you know, oh, this is a masterpiece. I'm sorry. No, it's not based on G1 at all. It's a leader class movie toy. Get over it. All right. Basil Boss, the Honor Shield's been waiting for that to come out for like a year plus. It looks like it's getting close to coming out. They actually show inbox images, so hopefully they'll be coming out soon. Also, they have Untraceable Pieces, which is their upgrade for Nightbeat, because that's been waiting a while. Has a suitcase. I guess the suitcase is something from IDW, and then the head is a little more G1 animation accurate, and the chest plate is also new, and maybe the gun. There's the Basil Boss Iron Lady set, which basically gives a bunch of weapons to the 3 female Autobots from recent IDW comics. I guess they use these in the comics, and these are kind of also weapons that were seen at a convention exclusive release of the toys. But yeah, if you like your big weapons, that's also a nice thing. Not anything I'm interested in. The Basil Boss Spiritual Leadership looks okay. It's coming close to release 2 from the looks of things. That's their upgrade for Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. I guess you have to assemble it onto the kit the first time, but once you do, then you can just transform it without having to take things apart. And it basically upgrades the Voyager class Optimus Prime from Combiner Wars into a more IDW-looking figure. I'm still not sure if I want this one or the one from SND, or I might get mix and match because they're making several different colors. We also have the Hosting Inside version, which is their Ultra Magnus that you can use from Battle Core Optimus Prime. And they got one for that super expensive Takara Scourge figure. Personally, I think if someone made a kit that added a little bit more and turned the cheap and available Motor Master into a Scourge, people would be more interested. But I don't know if anyone's willing to do that level of work to make it. But Fury Unleashed, if you happen to have that expensive figure, that also is nice. They also announced a upgrade kit for the leader class Megatron, which looks like it gives him new hands, feet, gun. I'd be interested if they did something that you didn't have to disassemble the legs to transform it. Otherwise, I'd rather leave the legs the way they are than have something to put on. And there's also a hands and feet kit for and an Energon blade for their kit that hasn't been released yet. Okay. And now this one's the most ambitious add-on kit we've seen in a long time. It's for the Battle Core Optimus Prime. It turns it into a into a Nova Prime. Basically, you can only just see the arms in this mode and a little bit of the upper legs. Everything else is new. The one thing I have not heard yet is whether or not this guy can still do Combiner mode, or all these parts would get in the way. Looks like they'd kind of get in the way. So we'll have to see if they can pull that out. Otherwise, the SND one, while a little smaller, a little less wingspan, maintains Combiner mode, which might be kind of cool. I might even want to use the SND one as Shattered Glass Nova Prime, because Shattered Glass Nova Prime is the same colors as G1 Nova Prime. He's just good instead of evil, and he hangs out with the Knights of Unicron, which are basically based on Combiner Wars molds. So making him the Combiner makes sense, whereas having the G1 not Combiner, if this doesn't combine, would also work for me. So I might need both. Yeah, but it does have a nice impressive wingspan and a big sword, and it turns that truck into basically a leader class figure with all these add-ons. Bad Cube showed off a lot of its nonsensical MP stuff that I guess MP collectors like, whatever. Grump and Slick are two of their figures coming out, which Grump is their Gears and Slick is their Swerve. Looks like Gears has a turnaround face for your happy and sad version when you take out his special circuit. Looks like he's going to be about a deluxe size, in all honesty, which is pretty close to how I'd want a Gears in my Chug collection anyway, because I'd like to have my truck characters be big, even if they were mini bots in G1, because I don't feel like I have to have a figure always be small forever just because he came from the Microchange line. And there's Slick. And they look okay. I don't know. I thought they were supposed to be more like pickup trucks. These look almost like Jeeps. Perfect Effects showed off a cannon, which is basically the same cannon that came with Warden, maybe with a different handle. They're releasing it separately to be an add-on for Fortress Maximus. They also have their sword, which is basically a upsized and simplified version of their sword they first came out with years ago. Only this one's for the new Fortress Maximus again. They also have Saints Preserve Us, an actual Micronauts homage with Robot Man. They have a called Robot V2 with Star Pilot. And oddly, Star Pilot's the inner robot for Star Saber. So I don't know how the heck they're doing that, but okay. And I'd be interested to see how much in the way of 5mm ports this uses, since Micronauts used a lot of 5mm ports in their building. But yeah, if you're an old Micronauts fan from the 70s like me, this is amazing. I don't think it's going to be very big, though, considering that that little guy is the headmaster, or I guess Brainmaster from Star Saber. I like that the backpack can turn into a little tank for him. Also, Perfect Effect showed off its Beast Goria, which we've seen before, but this is the first time we get to see the alt modes. Here's your Guerrilla mode. Here's your Vehicle mode. Here's your Jet mode. So yeah, that's basically it's Optimal Optimus. But personally, I'd be more interested if they ever did a Primal Prime, since I've never been able to get a hold of freaking Primal Prime anywhere. It does look well with the both the Masterpiece Beast Wars and the Generations Beast Wars figures, which seem to be about the same size, and the figure itself is about the size of a MP10 Optimus Prime or Leader class, so it looks pretty good. It doesn't scale at all well with the G1 Masterpiece. It's too big for that. But there's your Jet mode, which, yeah, doesn't look like much because, you know, Optimal Optimus didn't look like much in his Jet mode. And there's your Ground Convoy mode. There's your Guerrilla mode, which a lot of people were complaining about the face looking a bit too much like Oil Master, but I don't mind, and I say, hey, if you want to make an Oil Master or a Pretender Optimus Prime redeco, that would work too. He can form, it looks like almost a winged gorilla here, or that there's arm shields. And yeah, he's pretty big, if that's the MP10 next to him. But if they do the Primal Prime, I'd really like it if they did the mouth shield. In fact, I wouldn't mind if they did the mouth shield thing as an option even with this one, so you could have him do what Optimus Primal earlier toys did, which is that the mouth shield switches back and forth. DX9 showed off all their great figures coming out. They have their Revolt, which is their Blitzwing. That's coming out soon. Yep, lots of modes on that. There's also their Mitron, which is their Legends Megatron that has all the G1 accessories, which is kind of cool. This is their Pink Assassin, I believe, or is it RC, or whatever her name. Leia. That's sorry, it's Leia. The other one's making the other Legends company, Iron Factory, is doing Pink Assassin. This is called Leia, and yeah, and there's their version of Cup, which I guess that's a 2-pack. Leia and Twofold. Yeah. So lots of information there. Yes, Unique Toys will be showing off their Sorter, which is their version of Sandstorm. Also, they have a Legend-sized versions of Weird Wolf and Cup. Not sure if that's going to be a 2-pack or what, but neat. Not the size class I want out of it, but Planet X showed off their Hephaestus figure, which is a recolor of Vulcan, done in the Fireblast Grimlock colors from Takara. Also, you know what? I think there was a missed opportunity here because one of the alternate heads never used on the Grimlock mold from Hasbro and Takara was to do a Megatron head. They had plans for that and never used it. Well, if you'd put the Megatron-shaped head on this guy, and then this body in this color, you could have called it Transmetal T-Rex, and that would have got my interest as that Beast Machine's Dinobot. But no, I didn't do that. And it does look neat, though. It could have been T-Rex, though. That would have been more interesting. Boy, they showed off a lot of pictures of that. Anyway, Planet X also has their, I can't even say it, Asclepius, or I don't know what it is. It's Perceptor. Guys, use names that can be pronounced. It's okay if you use something foreign, but make something easy. Yeah, and he's there for Cybertron Perceptor, who has a tank mode and a lot of big guns. Because, you know, Perceptor needs big guns, because that's his character, evidently, now. And also we have Planet X version of Optimus Prime for more for Cybertron, or Fall of Cybertron. It's a Voyager class figure. There's also a Voyager class Starscream / Seeker mold, which maybe we'll get some repaints of that. I know. It's a crazy idea of mine that it will be Starscream will get repaints. Maybe. You know. I do like the jet mode, and it's a Voyager class jet mode, which is something we don't see often enough for Seekers. Also, they announced the start of something new, which is a War for Cybertron Triptychon. Turns from a Nemesis type ship, converts to, yep, oh sorry, passed right past it, Triptychon, yay! So I'm guessing this will be big as their Omega Supreme, so that's interesting. And it does have a city mode, I guess, or a dinosaur laying down with his tail in the air mode, depending on what you want to call it. Iron Factory, who loves to do their Legends figures, or as I like to call them, the company that really needs to be oversized knocked off. Here's their War Within Cybertronian Dinobots, which are really cool, but really tiny. You know what? I feel like these guys really could have used a combined mode, but not a combined robot, but just a giant freaking vehicle that's combined all 5 of them. You know, put the 2 side by side, 2 on top, and then like swoop in the front and just make it a giant assault vehicle. Would have looked great. Also, this is their version of Drift, which we've seen pictures of before, we have Iron Factory's version of God Jinri slash Power Master Optimus Prime in Cybertronian mode. And this is pretty cool looking. Again, something that just needs to be bigger. And it'd be right. This thing looks like he's going to be a deluxe to Voyager size in combined mode, which is, neat. And this one's that pink assassin figure that is their version of RC. She has really big eyes, doesn't she? Yes. And comes with guns and swords because everyone has to do IDW. Yeah, okay. There she is with Prowl. And that's a lot of RC. Okay, and then we've seen this before too, which is their version of Scorponok. It's about a Voyager-sized figure. And it is a working headmaster. So if you like that. Anyway, we only recently heard about this one, which is their version of Six Shot, who is about deluxe size. And this is actually new information. Looks like this is a Swindle figure, which could imply a possible Legends Bruticus combiner from Iron Factory someday. Fans Toys, they showed off a lot of their figures they did. They have their Dinobots, or Iron Diebots. They got some new heads, looks like, coming out for some of their figures. Yeah, they have their Springer, which was announced recently, called Apache, which, gee, don't they know there already is a Transformer called Apache? I hate it when they can't figure out a new name. It's almost as bad as a name that can't be pronounced. Yes, and here's their Galvatron, which should be out soon. A lot of people looking forward to that. Here's their version of Blitzwing. This one's an actual new announcement for the convention, which is that they're doing a leader slash masterpiece size version of Weirdwolf, which, if you ask me, that's a bit too big for him. But if you like him, he's pretty simple, large, very animation accurate Weirdwolf. Also looks like we have a Perceptor that we got here. Oh, some add-on kit for Perceptor. And another new announcement for the convention is Fans Toys is doing their version of G1 Skyfire, which I have no interest in because I always hated the Skyfire design, and I think this is way too big too. I'll probably stick with the Generations Leader class figure myself. Yes, it's going to be freaking huge. G Creation showed off that they're finishing off their Dinobots combiner. They have their version of Swoop with two different options for the chest color, red and blue. Here's their version of Slag, which looks really nice. These weren't so expensive, I might be interested in them. They also have an Optimus Prime and a Prowl. You can see Prowl there in the background. These are kind of masterpiece-sized figures, but with IDW inspiration. That's the Optimus. And Transform Dreamwave has add-on kits for the Combiner Wars molds. These are a lot of parts. Yeah, I guess if you like these things, I think they're a bit too much for me. But I do like that they come with fillers for a lot of the hollow spots on some of the figures, which is a really good thing that was desperately needed on some of these Combiner Wars figures, the way Hasbro does things. And this is the Superion one, which I think is actually new information. We didn't know about the Superion before. There's this company called Forever, which I guess makes large statues of Bayverse figures. So if you like Transformers that don't look like Transformers and don't transform, this is the company for you. If you like real Transformers, you might want to look somewhere else, though. Yeah. There's Sentinel Prime. That's nice. There's Ironhide. He's stupid, but hey. Toy World, who did their Constructor Combiner recently. And we know about their Ramjet. Looks like we're also getting Thrust and Dirge. They also announced a Cup figure, which looks like he'll be about the same size as a Masterpiece Carbot, like Prowl and Sideswipe, and also they have a upcoming Orion version 2, which will be a big G1 styled Optimus Prime, because we need another one of those. They also have Elastic, which is their version of Springer, and Blues, which is their version of Jazz. And this one's a new one that was announced for this convention. This is their version of Pathfinder, the GoBot. Nope, just kidding, it's Cosmos. Hopefully we'll get an eHobby Pathfinder repaint, though. And he does look pretty good. Looks like he's going to be about deluxe size from what I've seen. And also they have a RC figure who's, I think, going to be Voyager sized, so this will fit well into Masterpiece Collections. Doesn't look like she's a headmaster, though, sadly. So, and they're giving her a G1 design with IDW swords, because they have to do IDW somehow, I guess. Makes no sense. And then this is also their Trailbreaker, who a lot of people are complaining about because he has a little bit of toy accuracy, and how dare they do that. But he doesn't have complete toy accuracy because he still has an animation head and a hand that's a permanent missile, which I always hated. See, I always had the Diacron blue Trailbreaker as a kid, so I'm looking for a deluxe size blue Trailbreaker with normal hands and toy accurate head. So any of you guys who want to make a Trailbreaker, there's still that option out there. But yeah, it looks like this might possibly get a Hoist repaint from the looks of things, because that looks like Hoist. Generation Toy, they had their Combiner that is very Devastator-y looking. They also have the Tyrant add-on, which is their little Megatron gun. They're going to be doing their version of Jazz, which is for J4ZZ. That's code, so you don't know that he's really Jazz, I guess. They are also doing a Leader Class Megatron Stealth Bomber and Leader Class Optimus Prime, Optimus Prime looks G1 in his truck mode, maybe IDW? Yeah, I guess IDW. And very IDW in his robot mode. And I really do like this Megatron, though. If it wasn't for the Combiner Wars one being so much cheaper, this is kind of what I've wanted out of a modern classic Megatron, a leader-sized stealth bomber. I wonder if maybe we'll get a G2 Dreadwing remold out of it. And here's their Optimus Prime. Geez, MP10 size. How wonderful! Another one. And it looks like you can use MP10's trailer. Here's the Megatron. He'll have his cannon. I do like this design. I don't know why he comes with a stand. I guess because he's a jet, he has to come with a stand so you can fly him. Transform Mission. They do their Masterpiece size, but IDW again, designed Stunticons, which we've seen before, but I guess they're getting closer to releasing the first two limbs. Garrotron is a company. They're doing their IDW-inspired Thunderwing, who looks neat if you like big IDW figures, I guess. And he does have his alternate IDW strange-looking mode. And they are also doing a Beast Wars 2nd inspired Unicron, which looks real neat. A little bit out of my price range, I'm sure, but does have all the features and all the details that were advertised on the unreleased Unicron. It's called the Galaxy Demolisher. Wow, he's a lot bigger than Primus, isn't he? And he even comes with a little moon. We should call that Gobatron. Oddly, he's about the same size as Primus in robot mode. I guess Primus just stretches more. And he does have internal light-up features. From TFC Toys, obviously we have their Hades Combiner, which we all have seen before. Yes, they're releasing all the versions, all the different Breast Force combiners, except for Death Cobra, because, you know, no one ever asked for him. Also, they have their Piranha King, Seacons that form Piranha Con. Yeah, that's it. Seacons, which I'd be really interested in seeing Beast Wars second release version of that. Because I'm more interested in Beast Wars versions of the Piranha-Cons. Big Bite. I think the new reveal we had, though, is that, yes, Iron Shell, which is their version of Snaptrap, who forms the torso of their Piranha-Con. There's the alternate mode. Looks like a big, armored, cannon-toting turtle. Which, how can you not love that? And there's their combined mode. And there's their version of Lobclaw, or whatever it is called in the United States. Nautilator, I think. Deathclaw. So I guess that'll be coming out soon. And those Seacons actually do Scramble City, where they can form an arm, a leg, or a gun for the combined mode. So that's really neat that they did that. Alien Attack is doing some add-on kits for Bayformers. If you like Bayformers, goodie for you. Let's see. S&D is still working on their Primo line of upgrades. I'd really like to see this get moving. I guess it's been in production for some time, and they look great. Just, not much of an update. Primo Neiman, that's their Nemesis Prime. X-Transbots showed off a new Ollie, because old Ollie, well, he kind of sucked. I wonder if we're also going to get new Sonic. There's their Arcos, which is their version of Beachcomber. Hatch is Windcharger. Boost is Tailgate. Swarm, which are their Sweeps. Elegos, which is their Cyclonus and Nightstick. Abaddon, which is their version of Galvatron. Dante, which is their Inferno. Da Vinci, which is their Grapple. Tirador, which is their Artfire. Okay, so nothing new announced from them. Mech Ideas showed off. Pestilence. This is something we've not seen before. Oddly enough, it is indeed the Leo Kaiser combiner, just like TFC did. No word yet on what the individual robot modes look like, if it comes with the breast partner animals, or what size class it is. Some people are saying, oh, I need Masterpiece. Other people are saying, no, we want Deluxes. I wouldn't mind it, look, if these were actually Deluxes that were Combiner Wars compatible, but it was 6 Deluxes that turned into the Combiner, and you could just swap off the limbs. Personally, that would be my choice. Mastermind Creations showed off their version of Overlord. Coulter, okay, that's more DJG stuff. This is a new guy called Moors, which I guess is one of the DJG. I don't know much about the IDW nonsense, but there you go. They also showed off their Remix line, which is their upsized Masterpiece. This is their version of, I guess, Laserbeak and Buzzsaw and Sundor and whatever other character shared that mold. Yep. It also looks like they'll also be doing Rumble and Frenzy and Enemy and all the other guys who share that mold. Fans Project, obviously, they still had their Browning 2, which is just coming out. Their Warbot combiner here. The other one, they're just coming out. The LER-05, there were actual test shots of this at the convention. They're doing both the Pachycephalosaurus and the Raptor versions. Maki Toys, obviously their Despotron still under development. Maki Toys showed off their MTRM-13 Galaxy Meteor, which seems to be Galaxy Force Starscream. This was actually a teaser back on April Fool's Day, and looks like it's going to be actually real. And if they have any brains, they're going to make a Shattered Glass version of this, I hope. And also, we can maybe see some Seeker repaints. They also showed off a figure called Downbeat, a teaser for that, which appears to be Jazz. And another one that had a lot of interest, the MTRM-15 Silverback, which is Apeface. Also looks like they're kind of teasing the possibility of finishing up the Autobot Headmasters. Looks like maybe Highbrow would be next. And this Devil Stinger appears to be a remold and recolor of Pandinus. I'm guessing this is the Black Zarak version. So, that's all the information from TFcon Toronto 2016's third-party panel. You tell me in your comments, what are the top 3 things that you saw from this series? What did you want to see that didn't come out? And also let me know what kind of shows you'd like to see in the future, because I've been trying different things. Maybe some more dubs, commercials, reviews, or should I go back to the regular weekly 10-minute show? Let me know.